name is Dania Agil. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I raced last year in circuit racing competitions in UAE and Bahrain. And I recently started looking into getting into the rally world, inshallah, to race. The plan is to be at the Dakar again, but inshallah as a racer in 2022. From the vehicles, you've got several categories. You've got the bikes and the quads. And then when it comes to other sort of aspect, you have T1, which are the cars, for example, Carlos Sainz is in a T1. You have a T2, which are also cars, but they're slightly different. We'll get into detail later. You have the T3, which are the buggies. The T4 are also buggies, they're SSV. Then you have the T5, which are the trucks. Right now, we're looking at two bikes that have just come back from the special stages, and I think they seem to be in good shape overall. So the max that they can have in this category is 450 cc. The weight of the bikes are around, I would say, 140 kilograms roughly, and the average horsepower on these is about 80. The T1 is, I have to say, extremely attractive.
This is a four-wheel drive car with a turbocharged engine. You have two-wheel drive cars.
In these conditions, why would a team choose to go with a two-wheel drive versus a four-wheel drive? I mean, I would assume you would need it, the four-wheel.
The two-wheel drive cars are given some other advantages to help them.
Okay.
So they have much bigger tyres, they have less weight, and they have the system to change the tyre pressures without stopping.
Okay.
They're allowed to lower the tyre pressures when they're in the sand and then raise the tyre pressures when they're on a hard road. So those advantages are used to offset the disadvantage of being two-wheel drive.
Okay.
The four-wheel drive cars like this are heavier, and you are not allowed to change the tyre pressure except get out of the car. So there's a kind of balance of performance where the four-wheel drive cars are better in some places, the two-wheel drive cars are better in.
All right, so these are one of the vehicles from the T4 category. The main difference between the T3 and the T4 is the spec. Both of them can carry up to 190 liters in fuel, and they can run for at least 250 kilometers. Actually, that's what's required of them. So the T3s are made specifically for racing, like the T1s. They're prototypes. They've got modifications that are set for the competition. Whereas with T4, they're much more similar to the production cars. Okay, so that's becoming more popular because it allows people to get into it and making slight modifications to be able to compete. Okay, that's one of the T5 category trucks. So Kamaz actually were winners last year, the Russian guys. So actually with the T5 category, there's three parts. There's T5.1, there's T5.2, and there's T5.3. The most popular one is the T5.2. They're actually really light. They don't look light, but everything that's in the cargo section is empty. So, and the car is really powerful, the truck, sorry. So they actually had to limit the speed at 140 kilometers per hour because these guys were just flying and it wasn't safe. So they have 140 kilometers per hour speed limit. But when you watch them on the dunes, I was shocked the first time I saw them. And then somebody told me, Dania, the cargo is empty. So the T5.2 trucks, they've got 1,000 horsepower. And they have 3 people inside. They have the driver, the co-driver, they also have a mechanic. Average weight of one of those trucks is 9.5 tons. And the weight of a single wheel is around 150 kilograms. So if they have a flat tire, a puncture, or whatever, they need to change the wheel. Actually, all 3 team members usually participate to get that done. Like we said, you have 3, right? So T5.1 is actually very rare, and it's a vehicle that complies with the FIA regulations, but it's just becoming less common. But the T5.2 are the most common ones that you see here. There's a T5.3 category, and those are trucks that are following the racing route and they are competitors, but what they do is they're supporting other vehicles on the race. So if a team has a couple of T4s or T1s in the race, they've got T5.3 trucks en route that can come and assist them whenever they have an issue.